Have you noticed how the conversation around selling a home here in San Diego sounds different lately? Well, not long ago, everything was about how fast homes were selling. Now, the question sounds more cautious. Why is that home still available? Why did that listing just reduce its price again? Why did something that seemed perfect fail to move? Well, if you're thinking about selling or you're even just watching the market, this shift can feel really confusing. I mean, you may be wondering whether now is still a good time to sell or how to make sure that your home doesn't become one of those listings buyers are quietly ignoring. Well, in this video, I'm going to walk you through what it really means when a home sits on the market in San Diego and why it's happening more often right now than in the single biggest pricing mistake that sellers are making right now without even realizing it. But more importantly, I'm going to show you exactly how to avoid that mistake so you can launch with confidence, attract serious buyers early, and protect both your time and your equity. I'm Don Pelletier with the Don Pelletier Group. I'm your trusted San Diego real estate advisor. My team and I have spent decades helping homeowners throughout greater San Diego navigate markets just like this one, as well as far more challenging ones, where understanding the data and buyer psychology matters more than the hype. Our mission has always been simple: to deliver optimal results by selling your home for the highest price and in the shortest amount of time. Well, let's start by grounding ourselves in what today's San Diego real estate market actually looks like. San Diego's market snapshot. What sitting on the market looks like today. Well, before we talk about strategy, we need to talk about reality. San Diego remains, of course, one of the most desirable real estate markets in the entire country. People still want to live here. I mean, the jobs, the weather, the lifestyle, and long-term demand, they're all working in our favor. But the market itself has matured, and that maturity shows up most clearly in the number of days on market. So as we move through late 2025 and into 2026, the median sales price for townhomes and condos in San Diego, it sits around $650,000, while detached homes, however, are just over $1.2 million. Prices remain really strong, but the pace has changed. Homes are no longer, flying off the market in a weekend by default. Average days on market, they've climbed from a high of in the 20s last year into a 40-day range right now. In some pockets of the county, especially where inventory, is built up and listings are taking even longer to sell. Active listings have increased by 240% and price reductions are widespread, and buyers are taking their time right now. They're touring more homes, writing fewer offers, and negotiating more confidently. Homes can still sell quickly, but only when pricing and presentation align with current buyer expectations. This is not a crash, it's a recalibration. In a recalibrated market, pricing precision matters more than ever. The number one mistake causing homes to sit is starting too high. Here's where most sellers unknowingly go wrong. The number one reason that homes are sitting on the market in San Diego right now, simply it's overpricing at the launch. Not bad marketing, not bad photos, not bad luck, it's price. Today's buyers are more intelligent, more informed, and more payment conscious than we've ever seen. They understand interest rates, they understand affordability, they also understand the comps. So when a home, hits the market and it's priced above its true value, buyers do not rush to see it, they wait. Instead of generating urgency, an overpriced listing creates hesitation. Buyers assume the seller from the get-go is unrealistic. They scroll past the home in their search results, or they mentally flag it to revisit at a price reduction time. What many sellers don't realize is that the strongest buyer interest, it happens in the first 1 to 2 weeks on the market. That's when your home is new, it's exciting, and it's competing against the fewest alternatives. When price pushes buyers away during that window, momentum is lost quickly. Homes priced close to the fair market value are far more likely to attract multiple showings early and serious offers within the first 2 weeks or so. Homes priced even a few percentage points can sit for months on the market and often end up selling for far less than they would have had they only launched correctly on day one. Why sellers keep making this pricing mistake? This mistake is common because it feels logical at first. The first trap is anchoring to past market conditions. Many sellers are still thinking about the boom years when, homes sold instantly, often over asking price, regardless of the price. Those memories are powerful, but today's conditions, really different than that. Higher interest rates alone have dramatically changed buyer behavior. The second trap is misreading the facts that the inventory is finally starting to come down from the highs of 2025. Yes, San Diego inventory remains relatively tight compared to the past year in other markets as well. But low supply no longer guarantees aggressive buyer behavior. Buyers are selective, they're patient, they're comparing their options carefully right now. The third trap is emotional pricing. Sellers naturally attach, values to their memories, renovations, and the amount of money that they hope to walk away with. Buyers, they don't price emotionally. They price based on monthly payments, competing listings, and recent sales data that they review. When emotion overrides data, homes sit on the market. Ultimately, they sell for tens of thousands less than they would have had they been priced realistically in line with the market on day one. What sitting on the market really does to your home sale. Time on the market is not neutral. It actively works against you. There's a really strong correlation between the number of days on the market and the price that a home is ultimately going to sell for. So when your home sits on the market longer than, comparable listings that are out there, buyer perception changes. Buyers start asking, why hasn't this home sold? Looks like a great property. But they assume there must be an issue, even if none exists. That assumption alone, it weakens your negotiating position. So at the very least, they believe the house must be overpriced because, indeed, by now, it certainly would have sold. Price reductions don't restore excitement. They confirm that the original price was wrong from the start. Many homes sit for several weeks, they take a reduction, they sit again, and ultimately sell for far less than they would have if they had only launched at the correct price from the start. Meanwhile, sellers continue paying those huge carrying costs here: mortgage payments, property taxes, insurance, utilities, maintenance, and sometimes HOA fees, all continue while the home sits. In San Diego, those costs can add up quickly. A real question sellers should ask right now when they list is, how much are they willing to lose by sitting? San Diego sellers can avoid this mistake in 2026. The good news is, avoiding this mistake, it's really completely within your control. The first step is pricing based on current data, not past headlines. Properly priced strategy uses comparable sales from the last 60 to 90 days, ideally within your immediate neighborhood or school district. It's going to adjust for your condition, layout, lot usability, views, parking, and upgrades. The second step is respecting buyer search behavior. Buyers search by price brackets because their affordability literally depends on it. Pricing just above a major threshold can eliminate the very buyers most likely to compete for your home. So for example, based on the price point, most MLS filters right now are searching set up in $25,000 or $50,000 increments. Oftentimes, some agents will make a rookie mistake. They'll list a property for $999,000 rather than $1 million. The problem with this is that buyers who have a search set up by their agent from, let's say, $950,000 to $1 million. Oh yes, they're going to see your listing price at $999,999. However, buyers who search is from $1 million to $1,050,000, they're not even going to see your property in their search results. So this flawed marketing technique or strategy immediately results in a 50% loss of awareness among the buyers for your property. Big mistake. The third step is defining success early. In today's market, a well-priced, well-presented home should generate meaningful activity, usually within the first week, and a serious offer within about 2 weeks on average. If that's not happening, the market is providing very clear feedback. The fourth step is making one decisive adjustment if needed. Small reductions rarely change buyer behavior, but crossing a meaningful price threshold does. The fifth step is aligning the price with the presentation. Clean, decluttered, stage homes with professional photography, they consistently outperform the competition. Price and presentation, they must, however, work together. Well, the final step is being flexible with your showings. The easier your home is to see, the more buyers are going to see it and the more leverage that you're going to retain early in the process. Well, here's a bonus tip. First impressions decide everything. If there's one thing that sellers should remember in today's market, it's this. You only get one chance to launch your home correctly. You can change the price later, but you cannot recreate the excitement. The listings that are going to perform the very best in the 2026 market respect the power of first impressions and they build their strategy around it. When pricing, preparation, presentation, and access align, you create urgency instead of hesitation. That urgency is what protects your value, shortens your time on the market. If all of this sounds like a lot to navigate, you're not alone. This is precisely why my team and I are here. We've helped San Diego homeowners cut through the noise for decades, interpret the data, make smart, confident decisions based on today's market, not yesterday's expectations. We've successfully helped over 2,200 San Diego homeowners to sell their homes. That's actually more homes sold than 97% of all 20,000 San Diego agents. Experience matters. Whether you're simply curious about your home's value or actively preparing to sell in 2026, we're going to walk you through every step of the way, from reviewing the right comps to preparing your home, crafting a pricing strategy that positions you to win. You can call me directly or text me at 858-336-1114 or email me at donp@pelletierhomes.com. We can set up a strategy session if you'd like. And again, I'm Don Pelletier with the Don Pelletier Group, where we deliver results that move you. Well, if you found this helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for weekly San Diego real estate updates. Remember, knowledge creates confidence. I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for watching.